Hello, I'm ibxtoycat and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today is my first proper stream at home in 3 weeks because if you don't know, I've been in Japan that entire time. It's the longest I've ever been outside of the UK in a continuous stretch. I know people think like, oh, you travel all the time, but it's in very short bursts usually. This was a really long trip. It was a really fun trip. I'd love to talk about it sometime. But for now, I just want to kind of say, hey, I'm back. It's fun to be live streaming. Hi, hello. It's cool seeing all the highs in the chat. Because honestly, I've been excited to get back, and I think that's something. One of my favorite things about going away anywhere is how much it makes you appreciate the things that you have where you're somewhere. Like I think in any case, like not having something makes you appreciate X thing more, and yeah, not having these fun live stream chats is something I've kind of missed. So we're going to be doing it today, and in usual Toycat live stream fashion, we're going to be doing some very confusing background gameplay tasks at the same time. In fact, I brought 28 iron so I can make 14 shears, because we're making a lot of shears today, because I'm going to be continuing on the forest of entirely sheared leaves. Also, hi, hello, hey, and yeet, and yeast, and I... And just all the sups. Oh, there's a lot of sups today. And a bonjour because you're French, apparently. But yeah, basically, I have this big forest that I want to remove all the leaves off the trees for. You might ask, Toycat, why do you want to do that? Like, of all the things I've heard you say you want to do, that doesn't come up very high on the list. But truthfully, there's two good reasons. One is that I want to practice my shearing game, because there's a speedrun record I want to do that involves a lot of shearing soon. And two, by the way, big thank you, Tatiana, for the 20 Norwegian crown super chat. Good to see you again, man. I'm always worried, like, if I'm being honest, because there's subscribers I recognize and have recognized, especially from the last, like, year or so. But every now and then when I go, it's like, so, like, 50% of people just forget about me, right? And you might think to yourself, well, that's absurd, so I can't, surely you're imagining that. But the truth is, like, YouTube, it is just, like, one day you're there, one day everyone's forgotten about who you are. And, that's always the thing that can happen. So it's cool, and it's like, hey, it's you again, and hey, we got... by the way, big thank you, Vistoria Draken, for the $2 super chat. Hi, I have missed streams, and also I missed the second half of that. I missed seeing your streams, and how's it been? It's been really good. So I've been in Japan, which, like I said, I really love travel in general. Like, Japan's such a bizarre country. There's a reason people go there, right? Like, there's a lot of countries where it's like, oh yeah, it's like your country, but they speak a slightly different language, and also it's hotter or colder. But, like, everything's just a world different. Over there, and I found that to be fun personally. So yeah, we spent some time, saw some things. I think there's some videos you can watch on the ibxtoycat channel if you want to see how I got there, how I got around it, and also some of the stuff I got up to. I went to a cat island, which is kind of, I guess, funny. Like, aha, my name is. Guess what? I'm ibxtoycat, and guess what? I went to a place where there are cats. Wow, what are the odds? My name is like also a thing I was at. I can barely keep up this chat. Yeah, this is a wild chat. It's good to see you all. Again, it's fun to see that, like, hey, I didn't stop existing in the time I was gone. Like, I don't know. You usually think that, like, oh yeah, YouTubers are just being like, oh yeah, paranoid or like worried, or maybe they're trying to like rile up the base or whatever by saying that. But the truth is, it does just happen, right? Like, so many YouTubers from the early days are just gone because, like, oh yeah, they just one day people decided they weren't so interested anymore, and it's interesting as heck in my opinion. Also, do you prefer rice or chips with your curry? Okay, so I'm a heathen for this one. Rice is obviously the objective better choice, but if I'm given the choice, I'll take chips just because it's a fun change. Like, again, like, actually, no, wait. Let me answer this question with the third answer, the better one, which is, noodles and curry. My God, noodles and curry will change your life. Like, I used to think, like, oh yeah, rice goes with a curry, right? Or you just have the curry by itself. Noodles and curry is so good. You need to try noodles sometime. You might think like, nah, not of an Indian, right? No. Give it a try. You won't regret it. Can you say hi to me? My name is Brianna. I can. Also, big thank you to the $5 super chat from Nate Watson. How was your trip to the land of communal spa nudity to the land of fish chips and ugly weather? Yeah, there is a big contrast between land of one of those places and the other one. I will say the craziest thing to me about being back in the UK was just like it was near immediate of just like, oh yeah, there's a lot more like individuality here. And, you know, honestly, like, individuality is great for people you know, but, like, for people you don't interact with or don't interact with seriously, it's, like, worse, right? Like, if everyone was exactly the same, besides the people in your small group of friends, that'd be better. Like, you know, if the person from, you know, like, I don't know, the opposite end of the country to you is slightly more individual, it doesn't affect you in a good way. In fact, probably gets you in a bad way. Like, again, individuality is a really good, important thing for me, and therefore for everyone. But also, it'd be better if it was just for me. It's kind of like, oh yeah, so wouldn't it be great if, you know, you could have, everyone on Earth could have a button that, like, grants them unlimited wishes? But you know, it'd be better if only I had the button. Like, because otherwise someone can wish my wishes out of existence. Wait, first thing, if you ever do, if you realize the whole world has wishes, your first wish has to be, I wish everyone else doesn't have wishes, because otherwise someone might do it to you. It's a defensive maneuver. But yeah, because of that, it's kind of strange. But yeah, just one more thing I want to go through. So thank you, Gamer Games, for the $1 super chat. Thank you, Tasha Fulsher, for the £1 super chat. See, that's a better super chat than the $1 super chat. So thank you, Tasha Fulcher. Slightly more than Gamer Game. I'm just joking around here. And also, we got a super chat I missed from Ian McKay, who says dab for the Austrian Empire. Oh yeah, the very well-known, very widespread Austrian Empire. Good idea. What a great thing we should do. But yeah, so now to go back down. Hi, you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you for all the love and craziness coming in here. I have heard actually, so fun fact, because a lot of people who follow me do have YouTube Red. I've heard they're actually giving away super chats to select users. So if you have YouTube Red, you might get some free super chats. Check it out, at least. Like, even if you don't care about super chatting, because like you're here to watch me destroy trees, because that's the beauty we all are here for. Then obviously I would still say, like, check the super chat thing. It might give you a free one, especially. I know it's fun to have things for free, especially when those things have a monetary value, right? Like that's something we all agree on at least a little bit. Thank you, Gamer Games, the $1 super chat. See, now it's better than the £1 super chat, so now they have to feel bad, not you. It's a never-ending wave and tier system, really, when you think about it. But yeah, someone says good to be back. Are you glad to be back? Indeed. But yeah, so am I glad to be back? I am a little bit. Mostly, like, I think this is the most I've ever been like, man, I was like gone. I was like somewhere else entirely, and yeah, it's nice to be back. I don't have any. There's nothing besides like a good burger though that I really want that I can't get elsewhere. Like, I think that's honestly about it. Like, oh yeah, it'd be good to have a tasty burger sometime, probably. And I guess cooking for myself. I haven't cooked anything myself in three weeks. I've just been eating convenience store. I've just been eating at convenience stores and, you know, small stores and ramen restaurants and regular... Like, everything I've eaten has been prepared by someone else. Just want to say, by the way, impressive that no one killed me. Like, man, that's like, what, 21 days, 3 meals a day, 63 meals. Plus, it's a lot more because, you know, I'm just trying to say, I eat more than 3 times a day. You know, 3 times a day, you know, like, oh yeah, have your 3 meals. That's like the guidelines, right? Those are the it's like kind of like how, oh yeah, you should eat 5 fruit and vegetables a day, but like, I mean, if you eat 3, that's still doing better than most people. Or like, brush your teeth for 2 minutes a day, but it's fine if you do 2 minutes and 46 seconds. So yeah, that's the kind of thing. Also, we got some super chats while I was gone, or while I was on that tangent. Hi, I love your seed Sundays. Thank you for the cool seeds. I always use them on Pocket Edition. So I hate to do this right now, but let me just tease you all, because I think I found my biggest ever find on any seed Sunday. So basically, I believe I found not only a seed that's amazing, but a seed that gives you like 5 amazing seeds. And then as I was searching into those 5 amazing seeds, because I was like playing around with variants of it, I think I discovered that all Minecraft Bedrock seeds are slightly broken. So it's a seed that's so good, it will work on any seed. That sounds like it's made up, right? But that is the real situation. Also, the other super chat was dab for the Austrian Empire. Honestly, I always forget how to dab between doing it. So I know it comes from the fact that you have some, like, it looks like sneezing, but like one of your arms goes in the air. So like, oh, Austrian Empire, my favorite Central European German-speaking empire. No, wait. It's always that's the one, right? There we go. You get me killed by a baby zombie. That's what you did, Mr. Ian McKay. I just feel dirty. I took someone's money and I dabbed for it, and now that's my whole thing. Also, Gammy Games says he just gave us 2 free super chats today. Hey, thank you, man. So it is. So is it because of YouTube Premium, or is it just like random strangers being given it? Because it makes sense to me that, oh yeah, you give YouTube money and then then they give you some money to give to other people. That's like a lot of money circulating. That's the economy explained in YouTube super chats right there. Are you on peaceful? I'm not on peaceful, but I usually sleep through the night, so I guess it's functionally peaceful, right? I mean, in a way, like, I used to really think people who play peaceful, I had strong opinions about them, like, okay, playing peaceful, might as well not be playing Minecraft, but over time, I kind of realized that, like, even though I play on normal or easy and in the videos, the challenge runs, I play hard, but realistically speaking, like, you can just sleep through the nights anyway, and if you've been playing Minecraft for a while, you have a bed everywhere, so it's not a particularly big issue. Push your mic up just a little bit. Do you mean compared to the gameplay? Because if you just mean in general, like the stream's not loud enough, you have to deal with that on your end. Because I mean, mine is at maximum volume right now. Sadly. He just wanted to kill you because the food service failed. Hi Toycat, what's your opinion of Steve being in Smash Brothers? Everyone mentions that as a meme, but I really think it's not just a possibility, but I think it's I think it's like a real I think it's like a good possibility for both Nintendo and Minecraft. Nintendo said many times, like, as soon as Nintendo realized that Minecraft was popular with kids, they're like, wow, this is our audience. We'll do anything they want. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but they basically implied, like, look, we'll do what it takes to have Minecraft and Nintendo go together. By the way, cool, I get a free super chat for YouTube Premium. Oh, you got a $2 one as opposed to 2 $1 ones. Hey, thank you very much, Casey. I believe that's your first ever super chat, right? And like, it's cool that YouTube gives you the option to do that. Like after all the years of, I assume, something credit card no access, now you can super chat. And I think it should recharge every month, or maybe it's just a one-off thing. But like, again, I think that's a cool perk of YouTube Premium, because YouTube Premium helps YouTubers, just not as much as like, oh yeah, YouTube Premium helps all the YouTubers you watch a little bit. Whereas if you just, again, one super chat, one creator, that's huge. Like, that's like watching 100 or 200 YouTube videos. No, that's like watching 2,000 YouTube videos. that one super chat just there is the equivalent of having watched 2,000 ads in terms of, like, monetarily. How much you allow me to eat Japanese snacks? You have done 2,000 times a better job than everyone else watching here today. Is a way to put that if you want. You better believe I'm eating Japanese snacks like it's no one's business. Like I brought so many back just so I could like eat like 1 or 2 a day, and just like that's just my life now. Just like slowly eating snacks, eventually dying because they're all very salty. Actually, small thing here, but the thing that makes things good is salt. Like so in the same way, people don't realize that Steven Smash Brothers, very serious, very good. People also don't seem to realize that salt plus anything is the solution. Like, everyone's always told, like, oh no, salt's really bad, or MSG, or sodium, or, whatever else. Like, you want to have less of that, and you totally do. It's really bad for... There's a lot of reasons you don't want salt in general. However, if you ignore the bad reasons, then salt is, like, literally the equivalent of, like, a cure for cancer. Like, if you ignore the fact that salt can be the cause of cancer if you consume it in high enough quantities, but if you ignore that fact, then salt is literally as good as a cure for cancer. So yeah, fun fact of Toycat. Came here because I saw that Destiny t-shirt. I actually had a couple of those Destiny 2 t-shirts. I think I got rid of one recently. But like, it's just such a good go-to t-shirt. And there's a terrible story behind it that I guess I can tell you. Just, if you're only here for anyway. Do you speak a little Japanese? Says Panda Boy. Ohio. Hi. Sumimasen. Arigato. No, I honestly, like, the truth is a lot of times people, again, people hate when I say this. Like, the truth isn't what people want the truth to be, and therefore they hate people. People do not enjoy when I say this. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people who speak a lot of languages. But the truth is like, if you go somewhere and you try to speak the local language, a lot of times people switch out into English. Like there aren't many opportunities for me to learn, and if I do speak Japanese, it's almost like annoying to the person because they can speak English better than I can speak Japanese. Like that's just true of anywhere I've ever been. So yeah, just I don't know, fun fact. Toycat, why are the tree naked? Says MK in combat teaming. That's the funniest way I've ever heard that. Your body makes MSG, says JT Kirstang. Again, people like there's just a billion like health fads all the time, right? Like, oh yeah. So it turns out oranges are actually bad for you and butter's good now. Oh no. So it turns out oranges are good and butter's bad. Oh no. Turns out oranges and butter are both bad. Oh no, it turns out oranges are good in the right quantity. It's like with everything, the easiest way to work out like is something bad is like consume it in a quantity that is safe and does not kill you, and you'll probably be fine. I guess you should probably have higher standards than does not kill you, but anyway, let's not talk about food too much. Let's talk a little bit about Japan, because I said I mentioned this earlier, and it did come up. The only useful language is English, says Leanne Vandermeer. See, Leanne, actually, I'm saying it wrong, but like, for the purpose of this, we'll say Leanne here is from the Netherlands, a country that does not speak English as their language one, and yet she says it's the most useful. See, I can't say that because I speak English. That's me being arrogant, like, oh, god darn English person. But this is a the trees are naked because Toycat is stripping them, a tree strip club. I basically am stripping trees, you're right. But yeah, there we go. English, most useful language. It objectively is, right? Like, it's not like it's the only useful language. There are many useful things you cannot do in English that you can do in other languages. But it is the most useful language, I would say. So, Kat, can you speak in a heavy Indian accent for the rest of the stream? Isn't it crazy that everyone can do an Indian accent? Or at least in the UK, and I think most America. I've always heard the thing that, like, if you try any accent, and then you keep doing it badly enough, it eventually fades to Indian. Like, I'll try and do a northern accent right now, and then eventually it turns into, you know, I don't know what that was. That was me just speaking without, from the front of my mouth rather than the back or something, but I don't know, you get the point I'm trying to raise here. So, the Kitten Islands, says Sean Linton. I could talk about the Kitten Islands some more, but what I wanted to talk about, by the way, big thank you Never Goddess for the $1.99 super chat. I like your name a lot, by the way. Like, sometimes people comment and I'm like, man, what is wrong with you? Like, why did you decide that the Talking, you know, Lemon 43 was a good name? Or even worse, actually, is when it's like famous YouTuber name, but very slightly shifted. So, you know, let's say PewDiePie, right? If you were like Pootie Cake, it's like, no, that's not, no, please don't. That's not how names work. So in the same way, you see that all the time though, and it like drives me crazy. But the Never Goddess, I like that. I like your name a lot. Also, your mic's on camera. I'll move it out there. Oh, I learned something new I can do because I obviously have a blue screen. So there's a wall here. Fun fact, that's not Minecraft back here. Wait, actually, let's see what I can touch in Minecraft. So this is grass, right? This grass feels real good. Wait, let's go to the tree. Oh yeah, let's rub this tree, make it mine or whatever. Marry Me Toycat says HyperX. Sure, sounds good to me. Apparently it's one free $2 super chat you get on the first of each month of YouTube Premium until the 31st of May, 2019. So really they're just giving you, what is that, like? May is 2 months from now, right? So they're just giving you free super chats as like a trial. Yeah, that's a fun enough idea. I can dig that. Also, I'm not sure where this tree thing is going to end. I really need to probably specify that soon enough. But, yeah, basically, that's a cool system. Now we know. If you have YouTube Premium and you have a super chat, and you feel like saying something, I can rate your name. Or, because I think $2 is enough to leave a message, in fact, it definitely is, because Casey left one earlier, then you can even go a step further with that. You can ask any question, and I legally have to answer it. That's not true. That's definitely not it. But I learned a fun thing. The mic is in the shot, my immersion broke. I wonder why it keeps popping back in. It must be the webcam's moving, like I'm rolling the thing or something. But yeah, fun fact. So I have a blue screen. and so I learned how I can turn it off and on temporarily. Like, I mean, obviously I can just turn it off in the settings. But I also spotted something. So, all right, this super chat's more important. I know I've gone off topic on an off topic on an off topic. But, yeah, basically, just as a fun little thing, they asked about the Sonic R super chat. Sorry, Sonic R soundtrack with a super chat. I love the Sonic R soundtrack. I love, like, if you don't know, one of the first games I played for on YouTube, one of my first popular, like, series was Sonic R. Like, it was a little bit after Minecraft. It was the first, like, non-Minecraft video that went popular after Minecraft, I think.
How are you?
Hey, thank you, Malik Baghdad, for the £10 super chat. I have not heard that saying before. I'm gonna have to Google that right now. What is that from? I mean, I'm assuming Baghdad, like, maybe Arabic, right? Salam alaikum is the Arabic greeting meaning peace be unto you. Hey, look at me! I nailed that. Can we just take a few seconds and appreciate Toycat's innate ability to apparently work out languages? My IRL name is Nick Gear. Rate my name. Okay, so here's the thing. Your name gets a 7 out of 10 normally, but it gets a 10 out of 10 in the post-apocalypse. Get this, or if you work at a car garage, you get a 9 out of 10. But as soon as the apocalypse strikes, right, like a nuke goes off and now 98% of humans are dead, Nick Gear, being the man that, like, you know, works with all the salvage pipes and stuff, that you would be like a 10 out of 10 video game character. 11 out of 10 even. You're not. This is a new for Toycat rates people's names. But 11 out of 10, as soon as there's a post-apocalypse being Nick Gear, like, people won't believe that. Once, you know, once everything's gone, that we know documentation to prove that, yeah, I really am called Nick Gear. But you're gonna want to keep, like, have something of that to keep you going. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Article 13? I have this really controversial thought that it's bad. Not a big fan at all. You know, I know everyone on the internet is talking all day about how much they love Article 13, but you know, I'm gonna take the strong stance that not a big fan indeed. But yeah, big thank you, Malik Baghdad. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much for asking. So I wanted to talk about Japanese. Just think there's a Japanese sauna, but it's called onsen. It's a public bathing thing in Japan, right? Hey, I've been watching you for a while. I really like the way you play, and I'm a London Britisher, so well done, man. Hope you do well. Hey, thank you, Moonish Aurora. You're also a Londoner. Wow, we might be neighbours. It's entirely possible. Do you remember that time I had a neighbour? Like, well, I still do technically, but like that was a weird thing. But yeah, basically, should we get more wine? We're gonna need more. Let's be honest. But yeah, so I lost so much strength there. I'm going so many tangents on tangents that I'm losing everything. But can you do something besides sheer leaves, please? Says Brianna McGrath. You know, what's something I can do besides sheer leaves? I don't think there's a single other thing that I can even think of right now. No, what I want to do actually is go to my desert because the TU31 Let's Play. So, fun fact, you know that gravel that was here before? It's gone now. And it's not gone because I got rid of it. You better believe I'm not dealing with gravel. But the reason it's gone is because... Oh, I need to not fly in the sky because my Elytra is dangerously low. I'm glad I could start a trend, says the Never Goddess. Indeed. I just like to point out when, like, someone gets a good name in, I want to give some credit to that, because otherwise you end up in this situation where, like, oh, now I only criticize the bad names. You gotta also say when something's good. You know, you gotta have an equal amount of positivity and negativity. That's how batteries work, or magnets. Do batteries have... Are batteries just magnets in disguise? Like, is it the same positive and negative as a magnet? Like, I've never even thought to look into why batteries have two sides. Because they don't work both ways around. They have a different... I'm going to look into batteries as soon as this stream is done. I am hyper curious about them now. Now that I think about it, it's like, huh. There's got to be, like, some magnet technology in a battery, right? Like, it's got to be, like, there's some amount of charge that they can magnetically draw from it, maybe? Huh. That's a thing I've got to look into. So yeah, also I've made a shield jet in this world. Should we do that? I mean, I have all the ingredients, right? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. So let's go find a crafting table. There'll be one around here somewhere, I'm sure. And let's make ourselves a shield. Let's enjoy 1.10. So yeah, anyway, the thing I was going to say is notice how right here there's no pack dice, input and output batteries. Do you reckon that's really the way it goes? Like, I mean, it makes sense actually. Now, again, it's just something I never thought about. Like, batteries are just magic electric banks to me. Like, that's not what they should be. That's not what they are even. But it's how they are in my head at least. By the way, this is the biggest super chat I've seen in a very long time. It's pink, so it's gonna, because it's over $10, it's gonna do text to speech. Just now. Oh no, that's a different one. Have you watched Sasuke anime or you ran host? I haven't watched most animes. Like, I know a lot of people assume like, oh, you went to Japan, therefore you love anime. Sadly, not the case. But
welcome back. Congratulations on hitting 1 million subscribers, by the way. You deserve it. What was your favorite thing about Japan?
So first of all, thank you so much, Alex Richardson. Crazy generosity there. Big thank you for the $50 super chat. Second of all, the million subscriber thing, it's still kind of unreal to me. Like, I look at the subscriber count, right now it's like 1,022,000. Like, it's such a weird number, like 10022 or something like that. And, yeah, so like, it still hasn't quite sunk in that like, oh yeah, it's 7 digits now. In fact, here's another example of like how unready everything is. Like, do you see the subscriber count? It goes off screen because it's gained an extra digit and like an extra comma too, as from the looks of it. But like I have to move this to the right now to make that work. Is it even all showing? Or is it? Is the one missing or am I crazy? Like, it's a really small my monitor, so I might just be missing it. But like, look, that broke. My subscriber count doesn't work anymore because it was that like inconceivable a dream. Like I didn't, you know, have it made with 7 in mind or whatever. Did you not bring over the save from your time in Japan? I chose not to because the only thing I did was make a wrong build and then get it covered in gravel. So I decided like, you know, I just won't have that save. I'll pretend that I vanished for 3 weeks and I'm just coming back at the end of that. And that's going to be for the best, I reckon. So, batteries work for chemical reaction. So it's not magnet-based? The plus and minus is just a circuit. Oh, it's 2 electron types. Positive and negative push each other to different sides of the battery. Positive is pushed out and powers the device. Now we know it's the circuit magic. It's interesting that, like, there's multiple things in science like that. So, yeah, my favorite thing about Japan, I'm going to think about this one. Make sure the answer's correct. Because sometimes what people do is like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to answer the first thing that comes to my head, and that's going to be my new answer. But I think my favorite thing about Japan is well, okay, one of my favorite experiences was I had the most insane piece of meat I'm ever going to have. Oh, we got a wandering villager again. Okay, so this, sorry, I know I'm tangenting on a super chat response here, but punch him once. Oh, he's not. Have they fixed him? Oh, I'm just being really mean, apparently. Can we trade with him? We can. Oh, odd. We can get some packed dice for 3 emeralds. Terrible deal, but I could do it, technically speaking. But yeah, basically, people are unsubbing. Again, it goes up and down all the time. It's kind of just how it is. But, yeah, isn't it kind of crazy? It's just like... I need to fix this right now. It's really, again, it's bizarrely set, but we can do this. So, all we have to do is set this to, like that, maybe? No, like, more like this. More like this. Oh, God, what did I do? Okay. We're back. There we go. And then from the right, like, I don't know, the same, I guess. And there we go. Now it's a 7-digit. Look at that. Like, that's just too many numbers. Like, who can read 7 numbers at once and turn that into a concept? Like, that's just too many. Like, what? How do you read that number out loud? Like, 1021292. Like, So my favorite thing in Japan, it might have been I had the craziest steak in the world. It might have been the Cat Island. Like, I really love the Cat Island. Not because, like, there's adorable cats everywhere. But I went for a really, really long walk that just, like... I know, it hit the spot. I don't know how to describe it, because, like... I really like a good walk through nature sometimes. If it's, like, controlled nature, like, oh, yeah, you can easy get away. So, yeah, it might be that. It might be the steak. it might even just be like, oh yeah, the moment you get into, like, I had some amazing ramen. I had a lot of amazing foods. But as far as best single thing, I'm gonna say it was. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for the steak, just because of the level of like, this is so high above any. You know, like I don't know. I had the most expensive meal I think I'm probably gonna eat this year, probably for the next decade. It was 20,000 yen. Look that up. Get depressed. And it was worth. I would say worth every penny. I mean, that's not true, but it was good. So yeah, big thank you to Rob Deb for the 20 Swedish crown super chat. Hi Toycat, do you ever play Minecraft Java Edition? I do, but I don't play it anywhere nearly as much as I play on the Bedrock / the console or whatever. I am going to be playing a lot more Java soon, though, because I'm going to be doing a speedrun soon. I was going to do a speedrun tonight, but, like, I'm really jet-lagged still. Well, by jet-lagged, I just mean, like... Because this is the least jet-lagged I think I've ever been from a trip. Or at least that's how it feels right now. But yeah, I'm the least jet... I'm not... So wait, okay, so I'm a little bit jet-lagged right now in the sense that, like, I really want to sleep. As soon as the stream is done, I'm going to go to sleep, even though it's 9 PM, because in my body clock, it's a lot later than that. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming some Minecraft Java soon. It's gonna be fun. What happens to the cat you rescued, which was trapped outside your bathroom window, says Nate Wilson. So thank you very much, Nate Wilson, for the $5 super chat. Honestly, I believe that cat just, I don't know how it got down, but like, the cat, I got 20,000 yen is 180 USD. I think it was slightly more at the same time. Also, someone said $240. It's fun. How do people get different, give different results for that? But yeah, that was just the steak and the vegetables or whatever. Like, drinks were extra. Like, it was obviously not much extra. Like, an extra 300 yen or something. But it was again. Let me. Okay, can I flex on everyone real quick? Like, the reason, because I've never spent even. If I spend like 1/10 of that, it's still quite an expensive meal usually. So let me explain to you. Let me explain to you why exactly I spent 20,000 yen or whatever. It might have been 22,000 yen. I don't know what exactly the number was, but it was somewhere in that ballpark. Is because so Japan is really good at raising cows, right? So much so that there's a type. Look at that, the blue just reappeared. By the way, big thank you, Cole Barton, for the $2 super chat. I need to read that. Thank you for using the link in the description. Again, it's handy. It's a more useful thing. But let's just log in real quick. And oh god, because I usually log in before the streams, but like again, I just got back. I'm rusty. I forgot there's a separate thing for that. So that super chat. Sorry, that donation said, I'm gonna get you in a second. Any second now, it's gonna come up. Never interacted with you or your streams, but I love watching them. But how's my name? Says Cole Fool Arton. I'm gonna rate your name a 5 out of 10. Sorry for the low rating. Only because like it's counterintuitive. If someone says, "Oh yeah, my name's Cole," you'd be like, "Oh yeah, C-O-L-E," and you're like, "No, Cole." And you're, oh, C-O-A-L. And you're like, no, Cole. C-O-L-L? Like, at that point, I'd be like, you know, I don't want to know you anymore. Get out. But no, more seriously, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy the streams. Otherwise, hopefully the ones where I'm not saying mean things about your name. And thank you for the super chat, man. But yeah, to go back to my point. So, Japan is well known for making tasty cows, right? That's just a thing they do well. It's called Wagyu beef. You can get anywhere in this world. It's expensive for a steak because they do, you know, they put a lot more effort into their cows. Because in Japan, there's a concept called living art, where instead of just making art like physically, like, oh, this art is really good. This art is, you know, I took a piece of paper and I made it slightly different. That's art in our world, right? But there's a concept called living art in Japan, where it's not just, oh yeah, this is a thing that I I made, by the way. It's, oh yeah, this is a living thing that turns into art. The reason that bonsai trees exist, you know, like tiny trees, is because they spend their lifetimes cultivating beautiful trees. And it's more impressive because it's not that you just did something impressive. It's not just that you had an artistic vision, but you had to spend a lot of time making that artistic vision. It's kind of like how a sculpture is more effort than a painting, and therefore it has like an extra emphasis to it. But then there's like another layer on that when the thing is living, you know, like if you've never seen Japanese square watermelons, it's a similar example of like, man, they're real things, like they're cubic watermelons, and yeah, it's bizarre, right? It's crazy. Like, what are they doing having cubic watermelons? And the answer to that is like, and the simple answer to that is like, oh yeah, well they like living art. They want to show that not only do we have art, but we have art we're so dedicated to this art, we made it while it's alive. So one example of that is Japanese cows. They usually, again, they in general, they're just known for having some of the better beef in the world. It's like, you know, like there's Japan and there's Australia and the US in like a similar category. I don't know why the US is known for beef. I'd love to look into that sometime too. But yeah, there's a lot of countries that are really well known for making like high quality beef. And then within Japan, again, probably the best in the world, one of the best if not. Within Japan, there is it's called like a 5-letter, 5-number rating system. So there's 25 grades of beef you can get. You can get A through E, and you can get 1 through 5, with the very best being A5. So this was a Japanese cow, an A5 Japanese cow from the part of Japan. There's one prefecture that does beef better than anywhere else, Kobe. So it was that type, the very best type of the very best type of the very best type. And that is why I paid 20,000 yen, like $200 or so. Because it was like, I need to experience what this is like. I needed to. Like, my whole life, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, what is this like? Is it worth it? Do people who spend, you know, hundreds on steaks, are they crazy? Or are they right? Am I crazy for spending only, you know, $20 on a steak or whatever? You know, I don't know how much I spend on an average steak. I don't buy steaks very often, actually, if I'm being honest. But, you know, like, am I the crazy one, perhaps? And so, you know, the only way to find that out was to try this. Also, I'm triggered by the beef talk. I don't know, like, it. I think the way when you think of it like that, like, mass murder of animals is wrong, right? But I mean, if you treat the cow like it's like, you know, again, it's literally an art form to them. This cow is living a good life. At the very least, like, he's loved. You know, I don't know if that's a good life, but like, you know, most human beings never get loved, but somehow this cow got love. You know, that's the thing. You know, especially most vegetarians never find love, but yet. There we go. That's just there to add a little insult to the vegetarian chains. But yeah, maybe it's because I really don't like steak, but I still think that's overpriced. So yeah, it's definitely it's not that it's overpriced, it's that it's not good value to most people. And I think I'd agree with that. Like, most people would be like, oh, that was good, but there's so many things that would have been better to spend the money on. And honestly, the truth is, that's my verdict. I wouldn't recommend trying it. It's amazing. It is. It literally is like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it. When you picture meat, you picture like bite, 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 chewy, chewy, chewy. This was like flavor that just dissolved on your tongue, you know. But the cow still doesn't want to die, says Lexty Blues. But I mean, think about it this way. I don't want to die. And that's the end of that chain. I was going to elaborate further, but I think that fills it, right? Like, I don't want to die. I'm still going to die someday. Is that human cruelty? You know, I'm like, is it? If you eat me after I die, does that suddenly make my death worse? You know? And I know we kill animals or whatever. Like, because I'm not sure if this is true, but I imagine if an animal dies of old age, it's probably not as tasty. But like, you know, there's my one little counter argument. Like, you know, yeah. Again, like I said, mass agriculture is definitely not ideal. Don't worry, we don't need to have that argument. I'm just saying, when you have this specially raised, like this is a cow that gets belly rubs. It has songs sung to it. They feed it only ice cream and like grain and like they feed it very good things. Is what I'm trying to say here, because they love this cow more than you'll ever, more than I could understand. Because this is their thing. This is their art. 1 million US is 767,160 equals 111 million Japanese yen. Oh yeah, because of my house, I'm technically I'm like a quarter billionaire in Japanese yen, I think. Oh no, it wouldn't be quarter billionaire. It'd be... No wait, what is it? I'm a millionaire in Japanese yen is what I'm trying to say here. And like closer to a billionaire than a millionaire in terms of digits. I'm not sure if that's true. You know, I always forget the way the yen works because it's like 140 yen to the pound, so I don't know how it works. But it means that like if you measure anything in Japanese yen, you feel very wealthy. Like I spent 22,000 on a meal. Jesus, like that's crazy, right? Oh no, it's yen. And it's like okay, so it's just a pretty expensive meal. But you can talk so long about beef. Why not about pork? The thing about old meat, it's true. The older the animal, the more rubbery and tough meat. That's kind of sad. Maybe we should just like rubbery tough meat. Because I'll be honest, I like a rare steak as much as the next person. Assuming the next person likes rare steak. If he doesn't, then I don't like it as much as him. In fact, I like it more than him. But or them, I guess, to be correct in that sentence. But the thing is like yeah, it is just a fact in like the meat world, right? That the rougher a meat is, the worse that is. But you know, it doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be that way. So I get fed ice cream and very good things. Toycat, well, am I gonna get eaten? I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you love to be fed ice cream and grain and then be loved by a Japanese man? I'm just saying, maybe I guess not a Japanese, a Japanese person. You know, there you go. Now you're imagining things a lot better. That would be great, right? Anyway, we're gonna go off this subject. I just wanted to say that yeah, it was an amazing experience. There's a reason that I did it, of course. But I do definitely think that now I know that it's out there, it's like, oh yeah, I'm less curious, you know? Now I think there's an element of like, once you know what the most expensive or most interesting version of the thing is, you're a lot better with your current situation. It's kind of like, there's a lot of okay, so, I don't know. Picture this, right? When you're younger, and this is how it was for the most of my life, when you go to McDonald's, you don't really have a choice of what you're going to get. You're going to get, I don't know, the double cheeseburger or the chicken mayo or something, you know, the basic ones, because those are the ones that are in the affordable range. But then when you first get a job, you first have a thing. By the way, big thank you for the $10 super chat. Oh, it's Canadian. I was waiting for it to read itself out, but I guess it works it out into US dollars. But hey Toycat, I'm new to the channel, and I would love to know how to join your realm. I haven't played Minecraft since Notch owned it. Wow, that's what, 2014 days? Jesus Christ, you're an old man. Apom bomb, or at least you're an old man in terms of Minecraft times. But so if you want to join my realm, because I don't have a realm right now, I literally have deliberately not updated my realm to make it impossible to play. Because I wish you could turn off a realm, but you can't usually. Anyway, so I have a realm. It's going up in the next month or two, and I'll tweet out if you want to know how to join. Like you can join the current realm, but it won't be anything for a month. In a month, I'll tweet it out. There's only 10 slots. It'll get busy. But yeah, if you want to play in the next month or so, expect to see a new server. Actually, again, sneak peek. So I said, let's just tease you guys, because I've had 3 weeks of just nothing but, oh, that's an idea that'd be fun. That's an idea that'd be fun. Can't do anything because I'm traveling, which is, it's good. It's good to take a break or whatever. Also, 1 GBP is 144.8 yen. Exactly. How do I translate that? What? How on the spot, especially? It's like there's no handy rule that's like, oh, if it's this, then it's that. It's like, no, there's nothing in there that's helping me. So yeah, basically, to go back to my previous thing, I just wanted to say that yeah, Japanese Wagyu A5 blah 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 steak, really good. Now I know And now I don't feel... Now I feel not as bad if I get a lesser steak. Because I know, like, oh yeah, it's going to be good. It's just a different type of good. Which I think it's... It's always depressing when you learn that there are things that are just objectively better. And that's kind of the case in a lot of places. But there's a lot of things where you can spend more money to get something different. But it's not always better. It's just more sought after, you know? So, at least that's my impression. That's my hot take on this thing. Maybe it's the wrong hot take. Maybe it's a cold take. Who knows for sure? All I know is that I don't know. Also, let's get rid of these cactuses. Cacti, I guess, to be... Oh, wait! No, I learned a crazy fact. Cactuses is a correct word. I think in American English, maybe. But, yeah, cactuses is a word. It's not just cacti. Someone got really smug with that about me, and it's like, whoa. And then I got really smug right back with them. So it's like, well, that'll show you. Do a theocracy realm. I mean, the problem is like, the theocracy that I'd probably go with the most, like, I don't know, I'd probably call myself Supreme Leader again, and then we're going a bit too North Korea-y. But, yeah, theocracy is a fun idea. Unless you mean theocracy, without H. Yeah, there was a disease going on here at NZ, where farmers had to put down most of their cattle, which had been bred and raised for as long as generations. Farmers were so sad. I mean, I don't want to be a cynical person, but that's literally what I do all day, every day, so let me continue my thoughts. But the truth is a cow is a really big investment. A cow is, I want to say, again, I don't know the numbers because it's been years. Lukewarm takes of Toycat, says Rue. Exactly, but, you know, these are... I love that phrase. Lukewarm takes. You know, this is the new way to describe Toycat streams. Lukewarm takes of Toycat. But yeah, basically, also we're gonna clear this little mountainish thing here. Actually, we won't clear it all the way, just a little bit. And yeah, I think we're making good progress here because now we're gonna take some dirt and we're gonna cover this area a little bit, and then we should be golden. Easy, easy. So, oh, we need to get actual dirt, which is always easier said than done. And now we're gonna place it everywhere. But you should, so yeah, you should run a server like Chairman Mao. Yeah, I think the China server is a good idea. But I also am like, I feel like China is the sort, so I'm going to China soon. And I want to be careful not to criticize the country before going. Like, as soon as I'm gone, you're not A-okay, upload all the videos. But I don't know, like, I feel like most countries are never going to be able to link me and, you know, my online persona and the things I've said. Like, no, and realistically speaking, China won't. But if there was a country that would, it would be China, right? So, I'll leave my lukewarm takes on China until after I've been, because I'm transiting through China to go to another country. So like, China could make my life very hard. Again, they won't. This is me being a paranoid person, but also, you know, like, if we can save that to the time, because again, the North Korea realm was basically democratic realm, but I mean, you know, it was just communist realm, but with a fun, oh yeah, we're gonna call ourselves democratic because we're North Korea, lol, kind of skin on top of it. So, yeah, I think realistically speaking, we'll have to do like a, you know, like a few other fun things. Like if you want a sneak peek into the next realm, it'll probably be some form of joke about, let's call it libertarianism, like, you know, the idea of like, oh yeah, there's gonna be no government whatsoever, asterisks, basically, and we're gonna see how that goes, which is basically what we've already done, but it's gonna be a bit wacky. Also, my neighbors owned a few cows a little while ago. See, cows are expensive. Cows are, like, even a bad cow, I reckon, is quite expensive. You better be careful what you do. You never know, China. Again, I'm sure, like, they don't care about one YouTuber. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you know, I have seen a lot of, like, they do... I think there's been a few people kicked out of China for their, like, the things they post on social media about it, etc. And, like, every country has that power. It's just no country cares enough to exercise it. But I guess if you got 1 billion people, you might as well assign them to do something, right? That's the only reason I can think of to do it. So anyway, with that said, let's move swiftly, or maybe not swiftly, but let's move on, because I want to finish my thought that I started, what, like 40 minutes ago now? 49 minutes ago. So Japanese onsen, and again, one of my favorite things that I did it like 6 times because it was really fun, is like Japanese public baths. And I think it was in my Let's Play I mentioned this, but it's really, really awkward to be naked in front of strangers. Apparently that's a Western thing, you know, again, like, over there it's like, oh yeah, you go in the water, of course you're getting naked, you know, like, that's just a thing, right? You need to be naked in the bath, otherwise you know, just sort of take off your clothes or whatever. Oh, this is interesting. But yeah, because that's just let's call it a cultural difference. Yeah, a difference in culture is a fair way to describe that. But it made me start thinking, like, you know, maybe it's weirder to be so weird about nakedness. Like, this is literally your natural state, and you can't show it to anyone besides, like, you know, I guess, like a sexual partner or something. But, like, that's kind of strange. Also, Kelly Drummond, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Good to see you again, and welcome back. I enjoyed Japan a lot. I think I spent too long there. Like, I think 2 weeks would have been just fine. 3 weeks was just, like, overkill. I definitely am going back in, like, I don't know, 5-10 years. Maybe less than that. Like, every now and then I see a flight that connects in Japan, and I think, oh yeah, it'd be fun to spend 6 hours in Japan. Because, like, you know, Singapore is a country I've been meaning to go back to for the same reason, so... Look, what I'm trying to say here is I'm definitely going back to Japan. It's just, like, I don't feel the urgent need to go back to Japan. It's not like, I need to go. You know, if you've seen it and you mean it, then you know you must to go. It's more like, oh yeah, it'd be, that's a thing on my to-do list. Or not even my to-do list, my aspirations and goals list is like, oh yeah, go sometime, do some more funny things. I'm going to Japan this summer, and if we want to go on the communal bath, you have to be naked. I don't know if I'll do it. So, Spoopy Skeleton, let me tell you right now, you're going to do it. I'm going to be like a stern father to you right now. There is no, oh no, I don't want to get naked around people. You're doing it, damn it. So let me explain to you why I'm recommending you get naked in front of Japanese strangers. Because, again, on the surface, you might be thinking, I don't want to expose myself to strangers, Toycat. But first of all, it's weird to be weird about being naked. Again, really, what should be weird is wearing clothes. Like, right now, I don't know why my face cam's so bizarrely centered, but like, right now, why am I wearing a piece of cloth that goes on my arms, but not on my body? Like, why does this area need to be less warm than this? Like, what is that? What is clothes, is what I'm trying to say here. Why is this a separate piece of clothing to this? Why are they not combined? It just makes it harder to take off both, you know? Like, what's that all about? You know, why am I wearing a hoodie indoors to begin with? Why am I wearing jeans? Am I wearing trousers right now? I mean, would that affect your viewpoint of me? Why? So, really, clothes are the things that you should be questioning. But again, that's not enough. Most people are like, okay, we should be talking about how weird clothes are. But also, I don't want to show people, you know, my... insert private regions here. And that's actually like a pretty reasonable stance, right? Like, you know, fun fact, I don't expose my insert private regions here very often. But here's the thing, I was thinking about it, like, if you ever have those dreams where, because everyone has these, right, at some point, where like you go to school naked or something, it's really, really embarrassing. So you try to hide your nakedness, right? You're like, oh no, don't look, or whatever, I don't know, like, when you're in communal bath, just think there's a dank meme and you'll be fine. I like that as a tip, Rue. But, so to keep you warm. It's quite warm in here. I mean, it was cold when I put this on, that's why I put it on. Like, it shouldn't be cold in my house, like, I can just turn up the heating. But I decided, you know, gotta save some money, just went to Japan after all. And, nice Zelda shirt. Toycat, thank you very much, I like it too. Jen Hermitcraft, please, says Nolang Karessen. That's not a decision you make, you know. It's like, people ask me this so often, and there's not, it's not an action, it's not like oh yeah, so I'll join Hermitcraft next Tuesday. I've just got to take the milk out and feed the cats first. You know, just, I don't know. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you, Tanray Risa. I don't care if it's weird. I'm uncomfortable with being naked. Yeah, no. So my point here was like, okay, so really, when you realize you're naked and you're scared of it, you'd be like, oh no, cover myself. I'm naked, right? But think about it this way. What you should really do, if you're caught naked, cover your face. Like, think about it that way, right? Like, it doesn't actually matter if someone sees your naked body unless they see your face. So, right? Is everyone on board with that, right? Like, the thing that makes you embarrassed, or the thing that you should be scared of, is people seeing both your naked body and your naked face. People being able to, you know, it's like a, I don't know what to call this, like there's a term for this, I don't know what it is, but, you know, there's that societal fear of, like, embarrassment, body shame, but there's, you know, having the fear, it's not winter anymore, you don't need a heater. It was like 6 degrees today. I would have died if I didn't. Actually, I'm not sure if 6 degrees, how that actually translates. But my heater, I've got a smart heater, like a smart, everything in my house is smart. So what it does is it works out like, oh, we'll turn on for 45 minutes and that'll keep you warm all day or some nonsense. Just how society is now. Nudity is normal. I go on nude beaches all the time. Way more relaxing. It feels peaceful, oddly enough. Again, yeah, like the first time, I was the whole time thinking about, like, man, these people can all see me. I can see them. It's all awful. But eventually, you're just like, oh, yeah, no one cares. No one cares. It's a liberating beauty to me, at least. Anyway, so let me continue with my key thought here, right? So, if it's only embarrassing to have people see both your naked body and your naked face, the reason that the only reason that's embarrassing is because, like, oh no, you know, like you don't want people to, you know, recognize and use that information later or whatever it is. But then you realize these are strangers I'm never gonna see again. Like, honestly, if you met 5 random strangers in your city, you probably wouldn't see them again, but you might. 5 random strangers in Japan, you're never gonna see them ever again. And they're not gonna actually see you because no one looks at each other. So people aren't gonna see you. And if they do see you, they'll never see you ever again. And as soon as I got that through my head, like, no one cares in the slightest. I don't know, like, honestly, I think the tip for because, you know, personally, the one thing that gets me through so much of life is the moment you realize no one cares, gets you so much, like, the amount of, like, liberation no one caring has given me is amazing. Pro tips, Toycat, you can do anything embarrassing as long as you want. Yeah, it's true. You can do anything embarrassing as long as you're anonymous. Like, to me, that's kind of how it works. The moment people can start linking that back to you. Because socially, like, as animals, right? Because humans are an animal, right? Is that controversial? I think that's just fact, right? Like, humans are an animal. Like a type of animal, but an animal nonetheless. So, humans are an animal. And one of the things that's built into us, like, it helps us survive, but it's not so useful these days, is, and one of the things that helps us survive as a species is we have shame. Shame is there to be like, hey, you messed up. So, you know, like, we need to encourage people to look out for the needs of other people as well as themselves. And shame, you know, shame is a really weird mechanism. Like it has some society, it has some animalistic uses in you, right? We can all agree on that. But given that shame doesn't have a use these days, if you can trick your body into not feeling shame, you shouldn't feel ashamed about not feeling shame in something like that. So all you need to do is trick yourself and or just be in a situation, because no one cares about you. But as long as you believe that, and if you're anonymous, then you know no one cares about you, then you're good. Like, just trigger the part of your brain. That's all good. Nah, we're not exactly animals. No, I mean, like, the category animals includes humans, right? The weird thing is just the blue screen. Yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong with it all of a sudden. I think it's when it's when I slouch. If I slouch, it goes away. I guess I have to sit all the way up then, apparently. Crazy stuff. But yeah, a little fun fact if you want to see. I can make the blue screen appear by doing this. Wow, look at that. There's the blue screen. Wait, maybe if I, like... There's a way to make it all appear. I guess maybe we cover that as well. There we go, look at that. It's blue. So yeah, I can spoil the illusion if I want to. Hey, big thank you, BB Carrot, for the new membership. They've got an anime girl profile picture. See, that is the definition of no shame. They feel none whatsoever. They're even flaunting it, which is great. That's wonderful. Toycat, do you want me to donate $1,000? Sure. Wow, I made $1,000. That's totally what I'm expecting as the response from that. But no, people do that all the time. Where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, Toycat." It's like, I'm sure some people are, but it's like, what do you expect? Do you expect me to be like, "Oh my God, someone's about to donate $1,000"? Because wouldn't that be tragic if I did get excited? If I did assume it was gonna happen? I don't know. Like. I don't understand it personally, but I guess like me responding to it is half the reason it happens. I mean, we have the same bodily functions as animals, but we aren't animals. But I mean, like, we are in the category of animals, you know, in the same way, like, you know, trees are living things. I don't agree that they are. Like, trees, you know, like, I think there should be like some cognitive. So I think you need to move to be a living thing. I know that's objectively not true, but like. That's the thing. But yet, trees are living things. Is a fact that is a fact, right? Like, there's no disagreeing with that. But yeah, big thank you, by the way, Baby Carrot, for the new membership. Really appreciate it. I like your profile picture too, Baby Carrot. And I'll give your name a solid 7 out of 10. Because it's like a little fun joke, and also you're a carrot, apparently. That's fun stuff. Why did you not switch to the new textures sooner? I notice you're using them now. I literally do not have the ability to turn them off, by the way. Like, I am stuck in these textures. You might think like, oh, Toycat's got some interesting opinions. He must really like these textures. No, I can't turn them off. If I could, maybe I would. But yeah, that's just how things be right now. Minecraft Bedrock is getting a default texture pack soon. But, you know, they want you to use the new textures. I'm like... By the time the default one comes out, there's no point in me switching back. So, now you know. Plants do move, just very slowly. I feel like if you do something slow enough, you're not doing it at all. Right? Like, if... Okay, let me give you a good example. If you... I don't have a good example, but... But it's true. You know, despite the fact that I have no evidence, and you very much do have evidence, I'm still going to claim I'm correct in this one. So, that's just how it be. Sad to break the news to you. So, what do we even have here? Do we have anything valuable? We got some red stained glass and some redstone ore. My eyes are so tired, like... If I like, shut my eyes for like 6 seconds too long, I reckon I'd fall asleep. We're going to be very careful about not doing that. My blinks are going to be kept to a minimum. Oh, someone recently criticized my blinking. Like, I've never seen that happen. We literally belong to the biological kingdom. Animals, humans are technically classified as humans. Yeah, that was what I was saying. Like, yeah, what's the scoop with that? Venus flytraps are the only living plants. Yeah, okay, Venus flytraps are the only living plants. Again, I know objectively they're not, and I wouldn't ever defend myself on this one. But it feels that way, right? Like, oh yeah, Venus flytraps, they do things. They can kill things. Egyptian realm, says C-U-R-T. Do I just force people to build pyramids for me? That's a fun idea. Hey, Toycat, tell me the heartfelt story about your unbrushed hair. Let me tell you the story, right? So my hair is brushed. End of story, actually. If you breathe slow enough, you die. That's a thing, right? Yeah, if I stop breathing, it's not, my body's not like, oh yeah, it's fine, he'll just breathe once a day. It's like, no, you gotta be animated all the time. Which is probably like a tragedy, as well as not one. Please chat, how do I watch in 2x speed? Imagine if you could watch a live stream in 2x speed, and then, like, see into the future. I could see YouTube one day accidentally doing that, like, oops. Turns out we broke the time hole reality in an attempt to save bandwidth. I could see it happening, I'm just saying. Is the number in the top left your subscriber count, says Jason Liebman. That is what it is, I believe. I think it's gone up like a fair amount in this stream, right? Probably, maybe? Maybe, I don't know. It's on 345 right now, we'll keep an eye on that. It's on 344 right now. Whoever unsubscribed, you're dead to me now. I guess I'm dead to you, rather than the other way around. Hey, have you recorded evidence of trees communicating to kill herbivores? I mean, I could see that being a real thing. Yeah, you're welcome home, Toycat Sicilica. Like, it's honestly, again, it's so strange. But the whole time I was gone, I was like, man, it's so long. I've never done, like, 3 weeks of any, like, lacquer thing. Like, you know, when you're young, you have 6 weeks summer holiday or whatever. But even then, it's like, oh yeah, you're playing games every day, and like, you know, there are tasks that come up in there. But I had 3 weeks of just like, yep, this is your boy's time or whatever. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Oh, so here's, like I said, I'm going to China in a couple months, and now that's become real. And it's I have kind of like a funny thing about why I'm going to how or why, etc. And I don't know why, but I got really excited today. Like, you know what? I'm going to record a video about flying Air China to China. And it's going to be great. Because the only reason, like, again, there's a lot of, like, weird things I do. But to me, it was like a, you know, this is, you've gone too far, Toycat. Because I was like, okay, let's go through this. My brother once told me he had a terrible flight. Like, it was the worst flight of his life with Air China. And, like, maybe, like, a week after that happened, they had a sale. And I was like, well, this is my dream opportunity to try my brother's least favorite airline. Like, he gave me like extreme details about how awful it was. It's like, man, this needs to be a thing that's done. Where are you going in China? Says Irina Blitz. I'm actually not going to China. I'm going to what China calls China, but there's actually Taiwan, Taipei, and then probably Hong Kong as well. Because again, there's some video reasons I want to be in Hong Kong soon. Now you know. The more you know about Toycat, or maybe the less you know. I'm not sure how that works. Just join the stream. What's happening today? Says Bethany McCormick. Honestly, the title of the live stream might as well just be, you know, chopping down. Oh no, sorry, stripping trees for 90 minutes. Because it's not that, I can do whatever I want. So I cleared up some stuff for the next thing. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I have to sit up straight, or the green screen goes blue, or the blue screen goes not transparent anymore. Okay, let's do this. Let's make some more shares. Let's do this. I hate to be that person, but how is your survival world going into the marketplace going? So here's the deal. The only reason it's being delayed is because of me at this point. Without revealing too much, okay, so the truth is I keep thinking like, oh, I need to do this before I release it. And it's always one more big thing. So my new plan is just, okay, I'm going to set a firm release date, as in a firm day I have to send it to them. And then we'll set like a date 3 weeks after that, and it can be public. So right now, the date I'm thinking is like April 30th. April 30th, regardless of the condition the map's in. Because, you know, it's people just want to play the map. I'll send it out. Because after that, I can always update it and make it better. So that's what we're going to end up doing, I think. Because there's so many things I want to do first. Like, I want to make like a music disc system. And like, you know, do like a 4J tutorial hunt style thing. There's so many like things I want to do with the world. So, yeah, I want to get those things done. Also, China gets very mad about Taiwan. Yeah, that's why it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to China via China, and then legally I'm exiting China to go to another part of China, but you just don't question that. is the truth behind it? Yeah, I'm only going for a week. So like, oh, it's not even a week. It's 6 days I think I'm going for. Because again, I just saw some cheap flights. Wanted to fly Air China. Taiwan is like one of those dream countries because I find it fascinating, personally at least. Like, China... So, okay, if you don't care about countries, I'll be quick with this. But one of the things I wish countries could do more is scientifically test something. So much of, like, government policy is this is popular to the voters. Like, we can convince someone that this is the right thing to do based on feelings, you know? And it's like, well, I mean, shouldn't we be... You know, if we're talking about an entity that has, you know, like, billions of everyone's money and the ability to do great things should it need to, shouldn't we be careful about that? And it's like, nah, we'll do the thing that gets votes and feelings going. And the problem is you can't really scientifically test any like, you know, like, how would the country have been if we'd not done this ridiculous thing? But in China, you have literally the same country. It previously used to be one country. But then the ruling party, the previously ruling party, basically got kicked out of their own country, and now they're a tiny island. They were like a capitalist dictatorship, And then you have... oh, I'm hit by a witch, apparently. Oh, there we go. And then you have the People's Republic of China, the Big China, and it's like, oh yeah, that was a communist dictatorship. Somehow they both kind of ended up as dictatorships. Maybe there's something interesting to be said about that. See, again, but like you can see the... I really want to see like exactly just how different that one point in history can change a country. So that's a thing. We heard you like China, so we get from China to China, so you can China away your China. See, this is the wild thing, right? I'm gonna be going to China via China, and then I want to go to Hong Kong, which is China. So I'm going to China via China, taking a side trip to China on that China trip, and then what I might even do, because obviously, I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of side China? I might even do another China trip within that, because on the way back I'm taking a China detour. But it means there's this really interesting thing where, like, even though I'm legally, as far as China and technically every country on Earth is concerned, I'm legally just going to be going to China and then staying in China. I'm going to cross immigration each time I go from China to China to China. And it's almost as if I'm entering a whole nother country. Almost. Almost. Don't hate me, China. It's almost that way. Next vid running in Minecraft server like China. But no, yeah, I think, oh god, I hate this guy so much. Please don't kill me. Please don't poison me, that's all I ask. Oh, what do we get? Gunpowder? Hey, gunpowder's like the best drop I think you can get from witches. At least, it's my favorite drop. So we did pretty well for ourselves there. The Great Depression, Drake looking to the left frowning. Big sad, Drake looking to the right grinning. Did you just post a meme in text form? You know, well played, I guess. Well played. I've never seen anyone do that before. Probably with good reasons. And now I've seen it, I guess. Anyway, so, I never actually finished my point about Japanese onsen. I want to say that there's something so liberating about realizing, like, oh yeah, you know, this is just what I am. Because you might find this surprising that me of all people, like, my face, you can see me right now, you know, so, and my face is in, like, what, like 1/5 of videos at this point. But I have a really bad conception of what I look like, what I am, you know? I'm not sure if everyone is like this, like, let me know if you agree with what I'm about to say. But I don't perceive of myself. I can barely think of myself in third person. I very rarely think of myself in third person. I think of myself from a first person perspective. Like, when I picture me through my own eyes, not through other people's eyes. I think, I'm not sure if I'm making sense here, but, so I'm really bad at, like, but like seeing, you know, like when you're in a big place and like, oh yeah, there's no avoiding it. This is what you look like, and here's a mirror, and here are all these other people looking at you, and it's fine because no one cares, not. And it's like, oh yeah, this is just who I am. It was almost like a steam grabbing and a steam removing at the same time, if that makes sense. But it's like, oh yeah, this is where you're at. So yeah, maybe that made sense. Maybe it doesn't. Why are you so bold? Well, I mean, I'm actually lucky that I'm not bald. A lot of my friends have male pattern baldness already. Like, it's kind of tragic being 23 and being like that. Do you ever think of yourself in second person? It says KMB600. That comment is a bannable offense, so we're gonna ban. There is only first and third person. You know, honestly, I'm always annoyed at the person system. You know, first, second, third person. It feels like we should have like fifth person, like hearing about someone through rumor. Because, you know, that makes sense. I think the same way. Right, I have real hard time, like, imagine you talking to someone and then try and imagine that from a third person perspective. And I can't do it. It's like, how do people perceive me? I have no clue. No clue about how I even could consume that. Could conceive that. Could conceive of that? I'm not even sure. OMG, I'm so happy I found you streaming, says Smarty Pants 333. I have some bad news for you, Smarty Pants. I'm actually very close to the end of this live stream. So, I'm super tired today. This is why I didn't do my job stream. But, I have been doing some pre-preparations, I guess. for a eventual Java speedrun. Because I mentioned in the Guinness World Records video, like, oh yeah, maybe we should speedrun Minecraft Java. And quite a few people are like, oh yeah, you should do that. So it's a thing, we're probably doing this Thursday. And this Tuesday, we're going to be playing a communist creation game. It's going to be a lot of fun, both days I hope. Thank you very much for watching just this goofy stream of me saying, hi, I have to sit up while the screen goes weird. Hi, I exist. I'm a thing. Are you a thing as well? Wow, we're both things. That's crazy. Tomorrow, also, I want to say, wait, so let's actually not, before we go, I'm going to prepare for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to have Deja Vu. We're going to make the exact same episode we made last week, or, yeah, last week. Was it really only last week I uploaded that episode? But I am missing the point a little bit here. But what we're going to do is we're going to, oh my god. See, a wave of tiredness just hit me, and it's like, man, my feelings are falling asleep. Toycat, your light is very bright. I turned off the light, but it's still there. How is that even possible? Maybe I have a deliberate light that's used to make even lighting. Because the brighter you light something, the more even it gets. Is that true? That feels true. I am a thing. I am a thing too. We can both be things. That's nice. But, yeah, let me try and recollect my thoughts. I had some. So, yeah, no, tomorrow we're going to do, like, a Deja Vu. Oh, no, okay, I got this, I got this. So tomorrow, we're doing a Let's Play episode, and it's going to be an exact remake of last week's, but hopefully not terrible. It's going to be great. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to just get to the area so I can show you, like, this is how things will start. And also tomorrow, there's probably going to be an April Fool's update. I should mention, just now, that's a thing. I hope you have a great, refreshing sleep. Toycat says James Hainsworth. You know, if I'm being honest, I hope I have a great, refreshing sleep too. We have the same wants and the same desires. We're basically the same person. That's nice. My elytra is so close to death, by the way. Like, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with it, but it's fine. Do you think what Rick talks about in Rick and Morty is true? Like, there are multiple universes with multiple possibilities? I think it is. It's an endless debate that you can have with yourself. It doesn't really help anything if it's true or not true. Also, I think I just lost a cat. Sucks to be that cat, I guess. But yeah, I think it's one of those endless, like, whether it's true or not doesn't actually change anything. Because it's, if something's improvably true, it basically doesn't matter. Maybe that's offensive. I think that is. Oh, gosh. Don't acknowledge in the episode that it's the same as the previous one. It's like the Doritos episode, where like that was just a layer of confusion to some people. But yeah, no, that's a good idea, Casey. I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna acknowledge. I like that idea a lot. So yeah, you're 535 people watching right now. Here is your sneak peek. Fun fact: I'm gonna just redo an episode. No one's even gonna know. Here's all the ice still. Oh no, the ice is all the way down there. I have to go pick it up. It's gonna be a whole thing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. You can like, you know, you don't need to like. You know, thank you for showing up. I'd like you if I could, but that's not how YouTube, like, I can hit you with my thumb or something. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. And Tuesday, we're gonna be playing a communist game. Thursday, speedrunning Minecraft. I'm looking forward to the streams again. I'm gonna try and do them on a more balanced schedule than before, at least temporarily, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So looking forward to seeing you in a couple days and tomorrow, and also, you know, the more tired I get, the less sense I make. So goodbye. I need to hit the F9 button, but it's so far away. I'll just leave the stream running while I sleep. That makes more sense. Oh, it's raining. Okay, this is suicide button.